A disappointment there for John Part, because
100.
it was a strong first leg until the last 3 darts.
Well, Part playing the board none too successfully. Tabern in good form, we've said recently, and had a pretty tough old opener against Vincent van der Voort, the durable Dutchman, who was well behind. What was it, 6-3 and prevailed. Part had a much better, a much more comfortable passage against the debilitated Chris Mason. But as he said to Helen, not altogether sure it's set him up properly for this match. Correct, could set him up properly for this leg, and that's the 180, and it's the first of the match.
Well, since winning the World Championship,
100.
he's achieved very little, John Part.
Yes.
Telling me he hasn't spent his £100,000 saving it, or a slice of it, for the Canadian taxman.
Well, of course, Part, well known as a pretty shrewd old poker player as well. In fact, when we were in Vegas just a couple of weeks ago, took part in the, I think it was the World Poker Championships down the Strip. Gosh, the high rollers in Vegas
65.
licked their chops at the thought he still had £100,000 to gamble. There was one gentleman dart player in Vegas who did lose several £1,000s in 3 or 4 spins of the wheel. Keep quiet about that.
59.
Shall remain nameless.
96.
For 2-0 then, Tabern. Impressive start this from Alan Tabern. 9-9.
Yes.
Shot in the second leg.
7, the average so far, 67% the checkout success rate. If he can maintain this standard, he is going to be in business.
99.
There we go. Yeah, only the 3rd leg. Average will drop as the game goes on, but laying down a marker against the world champion, and laying down his first 180 as well. Great start from Alan Tabern. We were mentioning the fact that he was going to be in the top 10 in the world after this tournament. In the last 2 years, no player
59.
has achieved more rising up the world rankings than Alan Tabern.
Mark Frost got about 36, I think, but that's further in the depthier reaches of the rankings. It's not quite the same, Stuart.
Yeah, in the higher echelons of the darts world, Tabern has been a big hit.
Yep.
113 average.
Mover and shaker. Bit like your rugby league side, Stuart.
93.
Yeah, Tabern hoping that he might be here on Saturday for the final. If he's not, he's going to be in Huddersfield watching his beloved St Helens in the Challenge Cup semi-final against Leeds.
I think your heart will be there as well, Stuart, won't it?
May just be, Dave.
60.
Double break on the cards here.
Yes. Tabern looking very steady and solid. Early doors here. Part can't finish on 190.
49.
So the stage is set for Tabern to go 3 up, and that's not exactly the start that the world champion was envisaging.
We've seen it quite often, though, haven't we, over the years, Dave, that John Part
140
has been a slow starter
32.
to matches.
But this little guy won't give much away.
Game shot in the
What a
third
start
leg.
from Tabern here. Been taken to the cleaners. A couple of years ago, I remember one of the most anticipated games possibly in World Matchplay history, and it was a second round match between Taylor and Part.
60.
And everyone was thinking that we're going to have a real cracker. It ended up 13-2 to Taylor.
Absolutely, it was butchery. And those checkout figures we've just seen. So there's blood on the decks here. 75% success rate
46.
for Tabern. And Part missed 3 darts at a double, you'll remember, as we look at him in profile in the first leg. And since then, it has been one-way traffic.
3 crucial misses in that opening leg.
100.
Impressive stuff from Tabern. You know, you ask most of the top pros, Dave, and in the tournaments away from the TV, Tabern is right up there, top of the list of the players that they want to avoid. And he's showing why this afternoon.
Jess will not be intimidated by even the reputation and the style and the panache of a player like John Part.
100.
A leg you feel that Part really has to win.
Well, it needs the next 2, really, Stuart, doesn't he, to gain any kind of respectability from this opening session. But Tabern has ideas of his own. Another 180. Makes a difference to this leg, doesn't it? Leaves him a 2-dart potential finish on 80. Might take 3.
97. Alan, you require
Plenty
80.
for Part to ponder on. Oh, this is just fantastic from Tabern. The average is 109. The checkout percentage, 80, 4 out of 5. And the world champion is suffering the woes at the Winter Gardens.
Well, apart from that first leg, he really hasn't had so much as a sniff.
97.
Hasn't had a shot at a double, has he? This performance reminiscent of last night of James Wade, almost identical in the early stages from Tabern. And you could say that Tabern and Wade in the last couple of years have been the rocket men of the rankings.
Yeah, the same with Taylor against Osborne,
96.
blistering start, and it's very, very difficult to come back. That first leg, I think little were we to know it at the time, Dave, is going to prove to be absolutely vital. Those 3 clear darts he had at double 16. And now look at it, and a chance here for Tabern to go 5-0 up with 3 breaks of throw. Yeah. 14 scores of over 100, and we're only in the 5th leg.
And Part has landed on a bogey number, so Tabern knows he's going to get 6 darts from here.
95.
And that's landed him on a bogey, and that's why that look of frustration crossed his face there with the 3rd dart. John Part needs this leg to get anything out of this opening session.
140.
Well, he's going to get at least 3 darts. What an impressive start from Alan Tabern.
60. John, you require
Double 14 then, for some relief for Part.
Double 7, lucky for some. Not for John Part. Tabern now will be wishing he had a higher score than 60 with those last 3 darts, because he's got a chance. Part threw away the 3rd dart to leave him to go back onto 28 if he gets a chance. Tabern could kill here, Stuart.
It's been a dreadful display of doubling from John Part. He's going to get another chance, let off the hook. We've only seen 1 or 2 really average darts from Tabern in this match, and that was one of them.
74.
Still putting the pressure on.
Well, Part chose to leave this double 14 for the 2nd time here. Could be awkward, could be awkward. Well, he really couldn't afford that. 6 darts at a double here, and Tabern surely, with his opportunism, will step in here. Double 16, his doubling has been at 80% success rate, so you just wouldn't get odds on him missing it. Again, he's got to be clever. And he is squeezing it in there. Tabern goes 5 up, and that